8 going through to the semi-finals, and then from that we'll get 4 who will go into the final.
Again, this will be a little bit deceiving in terms of the stagger, in that you're used to seeing a stagger of, you know, of each lane. This will be actually a doubled stagger because you have the athletes and the guides running, and the guides will have their own lane as well. So instead of lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll have lanes 1, 3, 5, 7, and so it'll be a little bit more of a stagger than you're used to seeing coming off the turn.
Now, why have they lined them up like that? 2, 4, 5, and 8? Is it because the guide runners on the different sides?
No, actually, one of the things is that lane 1 is generally the slowest of the lanes. So if they don't have enough athletes to fill out the full track, they'll move over to lane 2, because running that turn in the 200 meters can be a real challenge at speed, just holding the turn. So you want to give everybody as good an opportunity as possible here. And so we have Julia Santos in 1, or in 2 actually. And then we have Terezinha GUILHERMINA in 3.
And Gia of China in lane 5. Notice some of them have very, very ornate blindfolds.
Right.
Gia's gone for a very minimalist approach there, but the Brazilian had a very, very fancy one in lane 4. And Santos of Brazil in lane 8. Now, of course, we've got 2 Santoses of Brazil, so I can't just... she's Jerusa Geber Santos and Julia Santos in lane 2. They're all T11 class. So we're looking for a winning time here around about 25-second mark, I would think.
I would imagine on this track that you're going to see a 24. And GUILHERMINA has run 24.60.
Well, last night...
And this is a fast track.
Last night we saw loads and loads of world records.
Exactly. And this is the final.
Yeah.
So you won't see anybody pulling up before the finish here.
In fact, other than those that earlier round when we had, it's pretty much finals all the way from now on.
Which is going to make for a very exciting evening, that's for sure.
So 4 competitors in the race and 4 guide runners. Remember, the athletes, the ones with the numbers on. 2 Brazilians in the outside lanes, a Brazilian also in one of the inner lanes, and Chinese competitor. And off they go. And who's going to be the one to get away first? We're looking for a time around about 24 here, and it looks like it's Guilherme from Brazil on the inside lane. Look at the determination there. It could well be a Brazil 1 and 2. Brazilian in lane 4 going really well indeed. That's Guilhermina. And Santos in the outside lane also coming through well, but the... Now what's happened there? The guide runner...
The guide runner stopped, because the guide runner is not allowed to go over the finish line first. The guide runner is actually not supposed to be in front of the athlete. I don't know exactly what happened, because that looked a little unorthodox to me.
So it's Terezinha GUILHERMINA of Brazil, who was definitely the first one across the line there. And we'll wait to see confirmation. Yes, GUILHERMINA with a new Paralympic record of 24.82. And
breaking her own Paralympic record by 7 100ths.
Fantastic. You said it would be 24. I was saying 25, but you were absolutely right. 24.82. The first of the Santoses from Brazil, 26.32. Then Gia of China in 26.33, and then Julia Santos of Brazil in 4th place there. Was everything there legal and above board? Yes.
Yes.
She's definitely across the line ahead of the guide runner, so no problem there.
She is. And you see how she works in concert with the guide runner as well. The guide runner is helping guide her around that turn, which is a big deal. That's a hard thing to do, and you'll see a lot of sighted people who will step out of their lane, which is an infraction. But and that looked a little strange to me, because it almost looked like the guide runner catapulted the Chinese runner forward. So we'll have to see if there's any kind of a protest there.
Yeah, it did look as though there was a little bit of a shove, which obviously it didn't actually help, because the Chinese runner came in 3rd place, but it almost looked as though he was trying to launch her over the line.
It did look that way to me. We're not officials in the booth here.
No.
So we're not calling this race, but at the same time,